Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. I really like this episode. I really like this episode. So yeah, Kristen tells Gwen that not only is she getting out, but she secured a part in for Gwen. And after a couple minutes, she's like, "Wait, what? Really?" And of course, Kristen, remarked about how, Gwen helped her out or whatever. Like, yeah, it was blackmail, but you did me a solid, and I always like to sit there and return the favor. And it was funny too because finding out about all these partings, the first thing that went into my mind was Oprah. You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car, except for you get a parting. And then when Kristen said it, I started laughing. I was like, yeah, yeah, it was just one of those moments, just like, I'm surprised that I thought of it and then they actually said it. Um, but yeah, they're both happy that they're leaving. Um, Evans is psyched to get out because he can't wait to sit there and reclaim his child. So they also, well, Kristen also got Dr. Roth out. First, he came out there and he hugged Orpheus. He was like, "Oh, I just want to thank you for my release or whatever." And Evans was like, "No, that was Kristen's doing." And of course, Ralph talks about, why he's so grateful and why he's so loyal to the Damaras. So, after that, he's all happy, he's celebrating, he leaves, and, Orpheus like, yeah, that dude is up there. But yeah, after having apologized, Orpheus is just like, yo, listen, just get our grandson, um, get him away from those people, and we'll be all good. So, that's going on. Bella comes over there, talks to Sean, and Sean apologizes for everything. Now, in some ways, I don't want to sit there and say this is too little too late, but I'm like, bro, the fact that it took this long for you to really think about the gravity of the situation of what he's done to Bella is just kind of odd, He talks about how he could have moved Jan Spears into another place. Um, he could have made it very clear from the get go that, yo, listen, it's just, we just share a child together. Like, there was a lot of things that he did and he realized. And the biggest one was him not giving her a heads up that he has sex with Jan Spears. Now, Bella, was stronger. Bella apologizes to, she kind of realized that, our problems wasn't just all on you. And, she apologizes for, problems in their marriage, and she turns to Egypt. And she's like, once again, when things get rocky, I turn to another man. And it's just one of those things where it's like, with Sean, he didn't know that he was having sex with Jan Spears. So, in this weird cosmic way, he actually gets a pass. Her, on the other hand, knew damn well that she was still married to him, and she could have worked things out. Instead, she was just like, "Oh, things are really bad. I just need what, a vibrator? Like, no, that's what you need. You need EJ. Like, so in a lot of ways, it's like, as far as mess ups go, Bella is still high up on there on the mess ups. Okay, on the F ups, if we're gonna be honest. But they start to try to make peace. And then Evans just burst on in. He's like, "Oh, the door is open." I'm like, "Bro, why are you just leaving? Why are you two just leaving the door open for anyone just to walk on in?" Like, Sammy walked in at some point. I can't. Was it Chloe? Somebody else walked on it. My point is, it's like, why are you just leaving the door open for? So of course, before then, they realized that I think Sean found out that a couple people, got pardons and stuff like that. And then Evans coming right on in, and he's like, "Yo, listen, I want my child, and that's not your child, that's my child." He quickly talks about how the fact that he hooked up with Jan Spears, and he has the proof and everything like that. And he was like, "Yo, listen, I'm more than happy to sit there and take another test." Now Bella's like, "Yeah, and we'll sit there and fight you on it," but I'm like, does that really make a lot of sense to sit there and fight him on a paternity test? Wouldn't you want to know if the child in question is really yours or his, especially since Orpheus had a lot to do with that? So I don't even understand how you just like. But anyway, he was like, "Yo, listen, I get it. I'm gonna give you a chance to think about this stuff tonight because tomorrow we are hitting the ground running." I said this yesterday. I'm gonna sit there and say this again. Sarah should have got a lawyer. I get it. She wants to cooperate and everything like that. But let's just think about this even before I get into this. Sarah has already been having hallucinations. Okay? She's already attacked a number of people during her hallucination, during her delusions and stuff like that. You don't have a lawyer, and the cops are looking for somebody to bust. You really think it's a good idea going in there with her without Justin or someone or Justin? Like, really? So she goes in there and she starts answering some questions, and you can tell the minute that Jada was like, "Now I want to ask you something about those, hallucinations. Like, what's going on? What happens when you have them? What do you do when you have them, and things of that nature?" And of course, she starts talking about, "Oh well, um, first it was Victor, then it was Chanel. It was Nicole, and then it was Chanel. And with Chanel, the minute that she said, 'Yeah, I came at her with a knife,' I was like, because part of me was just like, you can't be this dumb. You literally just told this cop that I came at somebody else when I was having one of my delusions with a knife. Why would you say that you did it? Just say that you did it. Save all the paperwork and the trial. Just skip it and just plead guilty. Because that's literally what she did. Okay. On top of the fact that when she was talking about, um, her getting stuck with the syringe, and it was left by Abby at the time. Jada was like, "So what you're saying is you were mad. You were mad at Abby, right? That she left that syringe to Kristen to use. You want to pay back, right? That's why you came to see her, right?" At some point, you should have just stopped talking and said, "Lawyer, lawyer." No, no. You want to keep this thing going. You didn't see how she literally tried to make you a suspect by even saying that. I don't understand how this woman could be so smart as far as being a brilliant doctor and everything like that, and be so stupid at the same time. Now, while that's going on, you got Xander out there that's bitching and complaining and being like, you're supposed to have our wedding, you're supposed to have our 5 hour sex marathon and everything else. And I'm like, bro, seriously? You are that desperate. Oh my goodness. I can feel the desperate hormones coming through my screen. What do you. So he's going on and on and on and on and on. And finally, Sarah comes out because Sarah's like, "Am I arrested?" No. So she's like, "I'm gonna leave." Oh. Now's a good time to shut this whole interview down? Really? Not when she literally practically accused you of killing Abby? You really are. So she's all like, oh, I want to leave and everything like that. And, they start going back to the town square, to go back to, their hotel. Now, of course, Sarah, had to finish, being all happy with Kristen, even hugging and everything like that. While they were leaving, Kristen was like, listen, we're out, we got our freedom, let's take what we want, no prisoners, you know? And they run into Gwen. Well, Gwen runs into them. And she's all like, oh, by the way, I'm out. Oh. And she's looking at Sarah break down and cry, and, Xander like hugging her and comforting her. And in her eyes, oh, that's an opening. Yeah. So she comes over there and she's all like, oh, hey, Xander. Well, I see you around. Like you didn't just stick this woman with God knows what at the time. And you're all just acting like it's just cool. So it's actually pretty interesting because I think back and I'm like, I remember when she first got arrested, and then we kept seeing her, and I'm like, why do we keep seeing Gwen? She's arrested. I mean, we all know what happens to characters once they get arrested. We don't see them again. The fact that she got a pardon by Kristen, now, of course, the hugging and all besties and everything like that. Now, she wanted to give a pardon to Lonnie, but Lonnie was, she's out of state, so she couldn't really do it. So, she just happened to be another benefit. But that Kristen's going to want something in return. Um, Now, of course, Ava and Jake are sitting there talking about Kristen, and Jake is like, well, she saved my job and everything like that, and she said she was going to be collabing and everything, and now that she's out, he's like, I wonder what she wants. The minute he finished saying that sentence, get a knock on the door. It's Kristen, and Kristen's like, hey, listen, since I saved your job and everything like that, and sided with you and everything, you're gonna owe me like a couple of favors. I don't know how many, but you're gonna owe me something. The first thing is, free room and board, or staying with them. Now I look at that and I'm like, why didn't you just not go back to the mansion? Like, why stay there? Obviously, she walked in and she was like, yeah, this isn't up to my usual standards, but it works out. I'm just thinking in my head. I mean, here's the thing. I know that she's going to be clashing with EJ and Chad and everything like that, but I'm like, she's not the type of woman that's afraid of a little conflict or any conflict. So why are you with Jake and not at the mansion? You do realize, oh, I guess he's going to be sleeping on the floor again. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, well, that bed is only really roomy enough for two. Oh, wait. Yeah, never mind. Well, I hope Ava can sit there and work out those massaging skills again. Now, I guess why Jada and Rafe are going to the pub or whatever, Rafe got to sit there and kind of catch her up on the 5 criminals that escaped, like the rap sheets and stuff like that. And he run into Orpheus. Orpheus just strolling. He just strolling. And Rafe was like, listen, I don't know how you pulled that out. You keep my eye on you. And Orpheus was like, no, what are you talking about? I'm going to be a model citizen from here on out. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just going to be a law-abiding. I'm good. I'm on a straight and narrow. And he just walks, and just the way he did it, it's hard to describe, but he knew. I guess he took a bit of satisfaction knowing that he's out and Ray can't do anything. He can't do a damn thing. This is, and of course, Roth went back to Jamara's place, and after looking at the painting and talking to the painting, because apparently that's what you do when you're at the mansion. He goes in his little secret tunnel or whatever. I'm like, he's gonna run into Leo. Leo has been staying there for quite a while, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is going to be good. Yeah, I feel like that's about it for the most part. I gotta sit there and say it was actually really good. It's been a hot minute since it's been this good, and those 5 out, things are about to get really interesting. Now, before I go, you know what? I guess we're just gonna have to see about Robert's new character, because so far he's had so far two talks. Like, one was on some show called The Insider, and the other one was like an interview with like him and the actor that plays Justin talking about his new character. And here's the thing: while it's going to be interesting to see his take on the new character, I gotta agree with JLJ Media, because you needed some distance as far as time is concerned before people could just wrap their minds around, oh no, I'm not Ben anymore, I'm Alex. And it's like, no. Especially if you was watching Beyond Cell. Hell, even if you wasn't watching Beyond Cell, I just don't feel like enough time has passed between him playing Ben and him playing Alex. Um, it's a little weird. It's not. Here's the thing. It's not too weird for me, I guess, because I wasn't never really a huge Ben fan, and I'm gonna be honest. Now actually having Sierra there is it's actually a great comfort. That chick was annoying as hell. Oh my goodness, she was annoying. But I don't know. I feel like they should have let more time pass between those two characters. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.